Muay Thai, male and female triangle, beginners level 2. On the first, we have seen the point in front, making a triangle, and in the rear, making a line here, going into the rear. This was 1 and 2, and in the back 3 and 4. So in the second level, what we do is we're going to add also the blocking. That means we are going to block stepping forward and backwards. The stance, we are going to block and we're going to drop in the point number 3 of the triangle. We're going to rise back, we're going to come back. Then the other side, we block, drop on the point, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. Going back is the same thing. I'm going to block and I'm going to drop the foot in the point behind, in the female, 3 and 4. Then I'm going to switch in 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. What these steps do is to teach you about movement forward and backwards while you blocking, and hopefully will help you into setting up the blocks to put a counter on it after. So I'm gonna mix now the male and the female triangle. This is the male, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna switch. One more time. And 2 and 3, blocking when we're moving backwards, and 4 with the other side. When we have the 4 points with the left, with the right forward, and the 4 points with the left and with the right backwards, we are going to blend the male and female triangle going forward and going backwards. So we blend in both drills. It's a little bit more complicated, but this will give you the full understanding of mobility and blocking, following the concept that we do in the school. As when we are in guard, we move protected. So when we move in, we block, then we move in as well in protection, and then we end in a position in which we are protected as well. So it's before, during, and after. So certainly every step can be a block. So I'm going to show you. We're going to make 1, blending the male and female. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then switch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. When we're going backwards, it's the same thing. I do it male and female triangle, going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Switch. We are going now to going forward and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. Then we start again. So those are the basic blockings into the outside from the beginner level 2, which will assure that when we step in, before we have a block. If we are, for example, sliding, I block and then I slide to hit with the other. If I'm going to move with the rear, the middle walk, I'm going to step with the other and I'm going to kick. So there are many different qualities that we can achieve with this drill. We just got to practice on it. Every time we step, remember there is a block before. And hopefully there is a setup for a counter technique. 7 style footwork, beginners level 2. On the 7 style footwork, in the first week we were showing just the footwork, and in the second level we show the footwork with the blocking. So we show how to put the hands and the legs according to the round kick. In this slide, we are going to block, extending the other hand and advancing. On the middle walk, we're going to block with the red, extending the opposite hand, putting the foot into the parallel and keeping the left in front. In the walk, we put the shin 45 degrees, protecting the center line, and then we change sides. In the jump, we just block, and from there we jump forward, striking with the left or with the right. In the slide 45, we're going to block, and I'm going to move out of the fire line, and in the 145, I'm going to block there and moving out as well of the line of fire. Number 7 and last one is slide across, rising the opposite, because when we kick, if we miss, we come up with the other leg. Up. Now we have right in front, we're going to do the same thing. Slide, middle walk, walk, jump, slide 45, 145, and slide in front. Now we are going to do it backwards. I'm front heel up, because we're going back, push myself off the ground. The first one is a slide back, block, slide back. Set number 2, back middle walk, block, keeping the left in front. 3, walking back, changing sides. 4, we block with the rear and jump back in case we kick or we want to, whatever we want to do. In the number 5, slide back 45, we're blocking, moving back, and in the number 6, wall back 45, and coming out of the trajectory of the attack. And number 7, we do the same thing. 1, block across. Now we have right in front, the same thing. Slide back, back middle walk, back, jump back, slide back 45, wall back 45, and slide in front. Now we are going to explain the applications of the 7 style footwork. Slide, blocking, extending the opposite hand, middle walk, and continue with the left in front. Walk, he blocks and change guard. Number 4, he blocks and jump, protecting the center line with the front hand. Number 5, slide 45, he block and moving out of the line of fire. Number 6, wall 45, out of the line of fire. And number 7 is behind. He just slide in front, 7, blocking. Now we have the right in front. Again, the same thing. Slide, middle walk, the stick is the round kick. Walk, jump, slide 45, opening, 145, 145, and 7, turning and blocking. Thank you.